The bottom line, we've got football at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Tennessee Titans. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Now Brown. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And it'll be Titan football. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. Keeps himself upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Anthony Barr gets to him for a gigantic loss of 19 yards. Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Off the option, here's Henry. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it now.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And this one caught by Max Williams. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. We're scoreless after 1. Second and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers on the check down. He finds Kamara. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll go down at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Jackson's throw taken in by Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. Broken tackle. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Jackson, option right. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
That's another Baltimore 1st down. 1st and goal, 2-yard line.
Say middle. Switch it. Bang. Bang. He's checking. Crash.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Now this throw caught left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And again, it's Rodgers. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Second down and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Max Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And oh my, mistake there. Backs up, takes a fair catch at the 3-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Second down, they go again with Henry. So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Rodgers. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Titans.
Touchdown.
Marquise Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Ravens 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Running right through him, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson on the move to his left. 1st down and more for Jackson. And down to the 27-yard line. A big play there on the keeper.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but, you know, if you wanted proof of his straight-line speed, look no further.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's out quickly to Bateman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down.
They run it again with Kamara. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Odafe Oweh there on the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A quick throw caught by Kupp out wide. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Working from the gun, Rodgers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
And Randy, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Off the option, here's Henry. Bulldozes past him. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 88 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking of
evades the tackler, and now some space. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. Shedding through the defense. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Play action. It's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
They'll get this out to Kamara.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10.
And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
158 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And some room to work. Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Ravens could be on their way to a 5-2 start as they add on to their lead.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So the deficit now 3 after the huge conversion, but they need to get the football back.
So this is where special teams really comes into play, because getting the ball back, it starts with this next kickoff. How do they get downfield? Either jar it loose or get the ball back themselves. That's going to be key for them.
And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Henry again on second down.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
Feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever